This is THV 11 News at 6.
You're watching THV 11 News at 6. I'm Brooke Buckner. Before we begin, since we last saw you at 5, the 3-year-old reported missing from Lonoke County has been found safe, according to Arkansas State Police. Tonight, continuing coverage of controversy surrounding the Fountain Lake Volunteer Fire Department. Following a packed board meeting earlier this week, more volunteer firemen are stepping away from duty while others are seeking legal counsel. THV 11's Tanya Motorzitsky explains what's changed.
Are you still a current firefighter?
No.
When did you decide to quit?
After the board meeting, Monday night.
Joshua Niblett and former Assistant Fire Chief Lynn Price say the department is down to 5 or 6 volunteers left after the meeting. They lose any more and the department runs the risk of being taken over by the state. I met with the former volunteers in Hot Springs after meeting with an attorney. They say the situation has to escalate.
Felt that we needed to come, get lawyers involved. The community ain't getting involved. The board ain't wanting to budge.
They say they want to see change and things fixed.
The board to resign and to get a board in there that supports the community and supports the firefighters and essentially fixes the trucks. I mean, if you look at Monday's board meeting, stated that 3 of the 7 fire trucks were out of service.
Price is questioning what the board is doing with the money when it comes to repairing trucks. He was fired from the department last month and says he knows the money's there.
We need good equipment to operate.
We reached out to the fire board and did not get a response. When calls come in, seconds matter. And for crews with unreliable trucks, Niblett says it makes their jobs harder.
I went to a fire and had to go up one side of a big hill, and our newer tanker truck, I mean, it went in a limp mode and I couldn't even run 8 miles an hour up the hill. And I mean, I'm talking, it was what, 5 miles from the station one? And it took me 20-25 minutes.
Price hopes the department can get back to community-based fundraisers to get the department up and running. In Fountain Lake, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Thank you, Tanya. The next board meeting is March 16th. And sticking in Garland County, a potential end to the drama over the parking situation in Hot Springs. The city has been working to increase revenue from people parking downtown after a review of the meters found they made less than half of what they were expecting to make. Board members voted on a simpler system last night. They've decided on a $4 fee for 4 hours in what will be called primary spots around town. And it will drop to $2 for unlimited time in secondary spots. The city is doing away with free spots and parking permits for employees. Even workers will have to pay depending on how close they are to the business.
Now, how's this for a sunset to end your day with lots of beautiful colors out there, lots of high clouds, and of course the sun interacting with those clouds, giving us some very nice, vibrant hues of yellows, excuse me, and orange out there to close out the day. So yeah, great looking sunset. Here are the way things shape up for you. We're still at 70 in Little Rock, 71 Arkadelphia, 72 Hot Springs, 64 in Jonesboro, 69 in Harrison. Yeah, so we had a very nice and warm day. Dew points are in the dry category over northwest Arkansas. There's a front there. The front's not going to make it all the way through Little Rock until tomorrow when we get a push from a secondary front. So lows tonight dropping off into the 50s and 60s. Clouds hang with us. There might even be a raindrop or two. Here's what you can expect the next 3 days. With high temperatures tomorrow, the warmest in the upper 70s, but we cool off from there heading into your weekend. Lots of events and activities on the way. We'll talk about a couple of them in just a few minutes. Brooke.
Thank you, Tom. Positive signs with early voting underway in Arkansas. Record numbers in some places after day 1. Voter turnout is expected to only be around 20 to 25%, but there are some major races being decided come March 3rd. That includes Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders trying to win a second term. THV 11's Carter Thweet checks in on the race to determine a Democratic challenger.
I was born in Arkansas. I have never left Arkansas, and I'm going to ensure that Arkansas works better for all Arkansans.
State Senator Fred Love is running to be the Democratic nominee for governor. Affordability and health care are 2 major issues he wants to address.
We have an affordability crisis where people can afford homes. They're choosing between paying for medication and paying for food, paying for groceries and paying for their their mortgage.
He also says, as a graduate of Arkansas's public schools, he wants to end the voucher program. That's also true with the other Democratic candidate, Supah Zaprasith Mays, a businesswoman from Bentonville.
If you want to have your child go to private school, it should be a choice that you must pay for. You should not use the taxpayers' money.
She says she wanted to run for governor despite not having political experience because she thinks that's what the state needs.
I am not a politician. I am a peopletician. What's that mean? It means that I run to serve the people, the constituent of the state. Not the party, not the position, not the politics.
Whoever takes the primary will run against the current governor, Sarah Sanders. She was unavailable for an interview, so I spoke with her campaign manager, Jordan Powell, who addressed the education question.
Arkansas has made a lot of great strides on that front, whether it's highest starting teacher pay in the country, focusing on literacy, ending indoctrination in our classrooms, empowering parents in their children's education.
He says the governor is just getting started on what she's already done, and she wants to continue to reduce and eventually get rid of the state income tax.
4 more years with Governor Sanders in office, Arkansans can expect to see her continue her fight to responsibly phase out the state income tax.
In Little Rock, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Carter, thank you. Early voting for the Democratic primary has already begun. Election day is March 3rd, with the race between the Democratic winner and Governor Sanders set for November. Some voters in Pulaski County's House District 70 face a rare double ballot situation. They're voting on both the primary election and a special election. The special election is between Democrat Alex Holliday and Republican Bo Renshaw. The winner fills the vacant House seat through the end of 2026, including the fiscal session in April. Then Democrats will find Holliday in a different spot, facing Cordelia Smith Johnson. That's to decide the nominee for the full term in the House, where the winner faces again Renshaw because he's unopposed in the GOP primary. Our very own Catherine Rowley will have more on this tonight at 10. Meanwhile, a state Senate candidate is defending his business partnership with a man convicted of internet stalking a teenager. The development comes less than 2 weeks ahead of the March 3rd primary election. Trey Bodert Bohannon is running against incumbent State Senator Ronald Caldwell for State Senate District 10. Both are Republicans, but Bohannon was recently endorsed by Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Not long after that endorsement, Arkansas First News reported that Bohannon's company lists Christian Trey Ashcroft as an incorporator and organizer. According to a press release from the Eastern District of Arkansas, Ashcroft pleaded guilty to internet stalking in 2017 and was sentenced to 24 months in prison. We reached out to Bohannon about Ashcroft's record and his employment at Trey Boat Dirt Media. He sent us this video.
All right, guys, anybody read the article yesterday? Basically, they're trying to smear my name saying Trey's got a bunch of convicts at his work. And they're right. I do have a bunch, and they've had a bunch here for a long time. They come straight out of the rehab down the road, and I give them all a second chance. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a born-again Christian, and I believe in second chances for people. We've changed a lot of lives right here at this company by giving people second chances, and I'll continue to do it, and I'll stand on business on that. Come on.
Bohannon also shared a statement with us calling the story an attack and distraction. You can read that and more about this story right now on THV11.com. And as we mentioned before, Bohannon and his opponent are Republicans. Whoever wins on March 3rd will not face a Democratic challenger in November. Some other changes coming to the Capitol don't involve the people running the state. The Capitol building's historic bronze doors are opening this week for the first time since the September 11th terrorist attacks in 2001. They were closed after the attacks for security reasons. Secretary of State Cole Jester says it's time for the doors to reopen. Beginning this Friday, February 20th, the doors will be open from 9 a.m. to noon. They'll be open every Friday, and hours are set to expand over time. 3 years after enhancing the punishment for running from police in a car, state police say the number of pursuits has gone down by 29%. Colonel Mike Hagar presented the data to lawmakers in a committee meeting today. He told the troopers performed 180 fewer chases last year compared to 2023. That's the first year the crime of fleeing became a felony instead of a misdemeanor. At the same time, Arkansas State Police promoted its willingness to perform tactical vehicle interventions to stop chases, commonly called pit maneuvers. That's in contrast to other states who tell their police to disengage from pursuits over public safety concerns. Tonight, a pair of public safety projects finished in Saline County. The county jail is expanding, and they finished upgrades to the A-Win tower that first responders use to communicate. County Judge Matt Brumley says the project costs $15 million, but did not use taxpayer funds. He says the tower improvements will help local police, fire, and EMS coordinate with each other to respond with the resources people need faster.
If we can't communicate with each other in our 911 dispatch center, that is a gap that must be closed. We now have a seamless communication system through Arkansas Wireless Information Network, and we are better because of it, and our first responders get the information and the safety that they deserve.
The jail expansion adds 82 beds and 10 to the infirmary. When the jail was first built in 2006, it had 234 beds. Deputies say they still have one of the smallest jails in the state when compared to the county size, and there are other upgrades they hope to address in the future. Now over in Jacksonville, drivers should get some relief traveling around I-57. City officials say the new Gregory Street overpass and nearby side roads are opening today. For a lot of people, this creates a more direct drive to Walmart across the highway, and it should ease bottlenecks near the Little Rock Air Force Base gates and the other overpasses. City leaders did not announce an exact opening time, but they say it should be ready before today ends. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, is testifying in a landmark trial. How the billionaire chief is defending Meta against claims of being too addictive. Plus, there's an exhibit in Little Rock depicting life during World War II. Hear from the director at MacArthur Museum to explain why you should check it out.
Events and activities this weekend, including the Soma Mardi Gras Parade. It's happening on Saturday. If there's any good news with the forecast, we back the rain chances off to only a slight chance. But temperatures still look a little on the cool side, so you will need your jackets and sweaters. I'll have the rest of your forecast when we come back.
And THV 11 Plus is your home for local news and weather. Here's what's streaming for the rest of tonight. At 7:30, we've got 2 neighboring towns. Then at 8, there's the story of Big John Tate. Be sure to join us for the 10 o'clock news and download on your TV and watch for free.